Good Monday, Tom. Again, G-Force. G is for gratitude. You know, we've been studying the power of gratitude, and I believe it's still one of the most important principles that we understand and incorporate in our life, because it really affects not only our conscious thinking, which we're going to be talking a little more in depth here today, but more importantly, how it influences your subconscious, which is where everything originates from. 95 to 98% of everything we do is at the subconscious mind. So if you plant a positive gratitude belief system, everything around you changes. It eliminates negativity, gives you better perspective, helps you deal with challenges that may be out there, circumstances that may be out of your control. But gratitude is a very powerful, powerful principle. And to understand it deeper is really understanding what we'll be talking about a little bit here in a moment, the principles of the power of the subconscious mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. And today I'm just going to be covering the duality of mind, breaking that down a little bit, and just understand that they work collectively, but one is more powerful than the other, and we need to recognize that. So, but before we get into that, I would like to make some announcements about tonight. Mark Gassert and myself, Elevate Your Profits, are going to have a guest on tonight. You want to turn on your notifications, tag your friends, because we're bringing in a guest in Elevate Your Profits. This is the gentleman that we're bringing in this evening. That is 6 p.m. Eastern, right here. Elevate Your Profits. Turn on your notification. Andy Wines, a very significant business influencer, business creator, business consultant, business coach. He is a phenomenal veteran, and this is his corporate attire. That's his brand. Andy has a background in the military, and he brings that mission-oriented mindset to success in his business. So turn on your notifications tonight for 6 p.m. Eastern tonight. So want you to share and tag your friends, and we're going to get in today's lesson out of this book, Dr. Joseph Murphy, The Power of the Subconscious and How It Controls Everything. We did that study in that real light book called The Ant and the Elephant. It's profound, but if you take the next step and start understanding these principles, you're now in control of circumstances. You have a different perspective, how you're going to respond or react to them. But today I just want to cover just a couple points for clarity of what the duality of mind is really about. So today, Monday, I'm so grateful for this moment, so grateful to understand the duality of mind. And I just want to bring up this picture because we think in pictures, so this will give you a better understanding as we go through this lesson or this book. You can always reference this called the stick person. It is the stick person. Understanding the duality of our mind, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, how that affects everything that we deal with at an emotional level, because all our decisions and how we respond or react are either on a negative side or a positive side, and the fuel is the subconscious. So keep that in mind. The line of demarcation between the two is well known to those that understand the characteristics of conscious and subconscious mind. Yes, men and women are wired differently for different roles in how we're created as human beings. But the key factor here is that your subconscious mind and conscious mind works no matter what gender you are, male or female. But keep in mind, our perspective is formed both on the DNA side as well as our environmental side, but ultimately your subconscious can override beliefs in that. It's only through knowledge and through awareness can we make changes in anything we do. So today is really just giving you some basic awareness of the conscious subconscious mind. In order for us to control or make changes in the external world, we must first look at the cause. The cause. What's causing us to think the way we do? What's causing us to respond or react? What's causing us? See, if we can't identify the cause, we can't make the change. And when we really look at these in a great deeper sense, then we can make that thinking, that first thought change, and we take the appropriate action to change the circumstance or how we deal with the circumstance in a more effective way. And it says here in the book, to remove discord, confusion, lack, and limitation, one must remove the cause. It's not the external cause. Yes, there's circumstances out there that dictate certain conditions that we may not have control, but ultimately, how to change the cause, how to respond versus react. Most men, and when I say men, most people try to change conditions and circumstances. Listen to that. Most people want to change the conditions and circumstances. Many times you can't. But what we're doing right now can help you better understand what is the root cause. See, the way you're thinking and picturing it in your mind, going back here, we think in pictures. So if we're going to change our thinking, we're going to see mind is not brain. Mind is energy. Mind is thought. You can't see it. But we think in pictures. So if we could come back to the stick person here, that is your mind. And when we can see it, we can then understanding based on the levels of vibration, our thinking, we've labeled it, we're able to identify what's going on. Our subconscious is very, very sensitive. Very, very sensitive. And words have power. Thoughts have power. So as you learn more about thoughts or words, your subconscious is going to reinforce them, either positively or negative. So you'll start learning words have power. First thoughts. If you wanted to go into business and have a business that generates $1 million of revenue a year, your preconditioning, your pre-programming is to determine whether that's big or small. Is it capable? Am I capable? Is your self-image? That's all controlled. The idea is a wonderful idea. Thoughts that everybody has, or has a thought about being successful, having lots of money. But what is controlling and driving you to obtain that first thought, positively or negative? It's the subconscious. When we look at people that have performed at the highest levels, the Einsteins, we sort of go through history of the past or even in the current time. The greatest scientists artists, poets, singers, writers, inventors have a deep understanding of the working of the conscious and subconscious mind. Some of it is learned, some of it has been programmed into them, but they understand it. They apply what they understand and they get different results. It's a very small difference between somebody that is excelling at the highest rate and the person just getting by in any profession. We see it all the time. So, but they understand the power of the subconscious mind. What is your subconscious telling you? It's not your conscious mind that I call the little gremlin standing on your shoulder. You're not worthy. That's big. You must be crazy. You're not capable of. Who thinks you could do that? That's the subconscious mind. How was it formed? What were life experiences that reinforced that? Because no matter what your subconscious is programmed at, you'll move and gravitate to the same principles of support to thinking. As Einstein said, if you don't change your thinking and expecting a different result, it's a definition of insanity. So I like to use this little story right here. Caruso, the great operatic tenor. The great operatic tenor. And he has a little story here that he was plagued with that subconscious thinking. And how did he overcome it? How did he get rid of that chatter? How did he get rid of that fear? And I'm going to cover how he did it. Just strictly being aware and being able to apply and shift a thought to get an outcome that he was seeking. Hello, Sandy. Thanks for jumping on. I know you're in the process of packing the bags and the furniture and getting to Florida. So I don't envy you at all with that. I know that's a great undertaking, but it's going to be an exciting journey, a new horizon, a new opportunity, more hope, more whatever is waiting you in Florida. So again, thank you for jumping on here, Sandy. Be grateful for all. Be grateful that you have to pack the bags and pack up the furniture and all those things. Be grateful. It changes how we deal with it. So thanks for jumping on, Sandy. So going back to Caruso, many times those have seen him perform or whatever, a magnificent singer. But he went through the same things that you may be going through. Getting on that stage, thinking his voice is going to freeze up, that people are going to laugh at him. Stuck with stage fright. Can you believe that? Stuck with stage fright. He went through this every time he went on stage. And we think he's just a natural, but I guarantee you, but he was conscious of his thinking. And he was aware of what was driving those thoughts, the first thoughts. And you can do the same when you have a deeper understanding, learn some skills, how to identify those, how to make a shift in the thinking, changing your perspective, and then you can move through anything. When he'd get on stage, he immediately started perspiring profusely out of fear. Not because it was hot, just out of pure terror. He was thinking they're going to laugh at me. He was telling us, I can't sing. I'm not that good. And what he recognized, this was his first thought, he recognized the little man wants to strangle the big man within me. The big man within me. That subconscious is very powerful. It could whip giants in the mind. And he recognized that. So you have to have a mindset of self-image and belief systems that are formed at a deep emotional level, so you don't let the little man knock you down. And what he did, he would verbally turn around to the back of the stage or the side of the stage when he first got on stage before they lifted the curtain. That chatter was going on. He's perspiring and doubting himself that he's going to be able to perform at a high level or even perform. They're not going to like me. His little mind was telling him, the little man wanted to strangle the big man. And this is what he did, just through a process of understanding that. He would turn to the side or the backstage before the curtain went up, and he did this. Yelled out, get out, get out. The big man is going to sing. Now, you can fill that in any way you want, but he recognized that little man was in control, and then he used that affirmation, spoke it out loud, changed his energy, changed his frame of mind, and he said, get out of here. The big man wants to sing. So when we look at people at those high levels, they're going through the same struggles that you go through. Fear, doubt, worry. Am I worthy of? Am I good enough? All those things that have been some way programmed into you and reinforced, and you continue using behaviors to support it. Because your subconscious is controlling everything. And if you're not aware how that's working, you won't get the results you want in life, whether it be in relationships, whether it be in business, whether it be given a presentation at a corporate board meeting. Is that what's your subconscious saying, and being able to recognize it and knowing how to turn to the side and say that what Caruso said, get out of here, the big man wants to sing. The big man wants to sing at an energetic level that forced the subconscious negative self-image, smallness that it was encountering him. It was affirmative. He said that with affirmative authority, with a great sense of authority and power, because our emotions are irrational. There is no reason why we respond or react other than what we've conditioned it to do. So when we become aware of what's controlling us and how to push the little man off the stage and let the big man sing, you're in control. And one of the things in studying Caruso, he didn't come out of this by accident. He came across through a principle I believe is so important in your growth, is understanding being quiet. And I know my mentor, Bob Proctor, before he'd do big events, he would go off, find a quiet room, a quiet place, 15, 20 minutes, and nothing more than quiet. He'd find the quietest place that he can go. And he would focus on the thought of, I'm in control. I am powerful. I'm going to deliver a powerful message. So be still and know. That's a spiritual principle. The things we're talking about here as well fall within the laws of the universe. So to start learning this, so you can understand what the chatter is, you've got to learn to have quiet time before you take action, especially a big event, getting on stage like Caruso did. He was in command. He was controlling everything. He wasn't letting the circumstances around him dictate his thinking. So he went to a quiet place. I encourage everybody to create that practice of be still and know. It's a scriptural principle. Be still and know that I am God, that there is a power higher than you that little man inside of you is not God. God has more for you. He has more for you than you can imagine. What did Jesus mean when he says, you can do greater things than I? See, he was just open. He knew that man has limiting beliefs, no matter what they are. And he was affirming that there was more that you're capable of doing. You're capable of doing more. But what's your subconscious? What's your little man telling you? Big man thinking. So I just thought I'd start that out today in that lesson, is that there is a distinct difference. How is it formed? And then we're getting into some principles, how our subconscious responds to words and emotions and those type of things, so you can modify and shift them on a specific discipline as you learn. So I highly encourage that you get this book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, Unlock the Master Key to Your Success. Sandy, I appreciate you much for being on here. Share this out. You're an awesome lady, and I can't wait to hear about your journey. So we'll talk soon. But yeah, get the book. Do some self-study. One of the things I do in my coaching is I dive a little bit deeper in these principles, about the principles of how the subconscious works. Very simple processes dealing with a very complicated thing called our mind. But when you understand the fundamentals of doing that and apply it, it has to be learned. Some people have it innately within them, but they can't tell you what they're doing. That's an unconscious component. And most people, only 5% of the walking population believes at a higher level. 95% are trying to figure things out and why we're stuck at any level, whether it be in relationships, money, business, careers, whatever it is. It's controlled the subconscious mind. One of the things I always like to offer here, I'm going to be making an announcement here in the next week or two. I'm launching a new program to start learning how to apply the techniques and the processes through a learning process, then a facilitation, how to take that new awareness and new knowledge and put it into work. Because nothing happens. Too many people read books, great shelf help, but the problem with just reading it, you have to have a process to change behaviors. And when you master that in the things that I've been coached, you are totally controlled. So I'll be coming out with a program. And so in the meantime, be free to reach out to me. My calendar information's here. If you feel like you're stuck, you hear that little man talking down the big man and don't know what to do, give me a shout. I'd be glad to give you some ideas. If nothing else, I can introduce you what I'm doing. Because there is a treasure house within you. We live in an ocean that has fathoms of potential, fathoms of opportunity at great depths. But when we understand the power of the subconscious mind, then we can do and handle anything that we want in life in a different way, So with that all said, Monday, G-Force Monday. I'm so grateful today that my face is pink. I had my 9-year-old nephew here this weekend. We hung out by the pool, went out and hit some golf balls, had a good time. Man, I was so grateful to see the energy and the unlimited potential, wanting to learn and no questions. Yeah, I can do that. I can jump off the high dive. I can hit that golf ball. No doubts whatsoever. And guess what? He was doing it after a little bit of instruction. It was grateful. See, that's where we need to get back to, is that mind hasn't yet been formed to a place that's going to hold you back. Hitting a golf ball is one of the hardest things to do. It is one of the hardest things to do. And he had that mindset, I can do this. And before he knew it, he was hitting the ball straight. He was In the beginning, was rolling on the ground. Before, at the end of our practice session, he had the ball in the air, and it was so exciting to see that growth. It can happen for you no matter what it is, no matter what the circumstances, no matter what you're trying to work on. So with that, everybody have a great day. Turn on your notifications, elevate your profits. I'm gonna meet Andy Wines. This is Andy. That's his corporate attire. Tremendous, tremendous mission-focused business leader, coach, entrepreneur, and he'll share with you what type of mindset to have on a mission for your life in business. Have a great one. We'll see you tonight.